your side. The world could fall down.
So we're on our way to breakfast at what's the name of the restaurant? Cecily? Bibo restaurant, and they serve vegetarian food. And our host actually works there, Angelique. She has been really helpful with all her guidance and everything. Let me see, that's a better way to hold it right there. All right. But it is actually a beautiful Sunday morning. Boy, that guy's tall for a Filipino, isn't he? Damn, he's about 6'1". He must have some Dutch in him or something. That's kind of rare for a Filipino to be that tall. I mean, I'm 5'10", and I usually kind of not tower over people, but quite a bit taller. I know. But this is kind of rare where the sun is out like this, because we've had a lot of rain, a lot of overcast. We didn't really realize that we're going to be here during the rainy season. But evidently the rainy season in the Philippines varies depending on where you go in the Philippines. Last year on the island of Coron, I mean, you could hardly buy a drop of rain. Of course, you didn't have all this lush greenness either. Because here, I mean, the grass grows. I mean, like, just everything grows really well. Which kind of makes me wonder about why in the Philippines more people don't have home gardens, backyard gardens and things like that. It would just, I heard in Japan it's like, it's just all over the place. But vegetables here, believe it or not, are not cheap. Yeah, I spent not $17, about $14 last night on vegetables, and I swear you could buy them cheaper in the United States. And the dogs are all over the place here, so you have to constantly keep track of them. There's also nice countryside through here. Hopefully nobody is behind me. Also, this side here is the beach. But this is like one of my favorite things to do in the Philippines. One of the few things you can do, really. You know, you can do a few things here. 5 or 6 things. Go swimming in the ocean, go swimming in Tok Falls, go out to eat at a few of the restaurants. Most of the restaurants I wouldn't really eat at there. But, you know, we've done that. Of course, I have my sunscreen on. You always have to remember sunscreen. But the last time we went out to breakfast, we had breakfast at a restaurant about, I don't know, 3 miles away from us. And we met the owner, And the owner, he asked where I was from. The owner is, he's from South Africa. So he speaks English very, very well. And he asked where I was from, and he actually worked in Gastonia for a while. Gastonia is actually right near Charlotte. He worked in some kind of textiles or something, but he owns a restaurant here on Allegra Beach. And we sat and we chatted for about an hour or so. And he told me about all of his life, and he was a boat builder. And he married a Filipina, and he's leasing a place on the beach. I don't know, it's about, I'm gonna say, an acre and a half right on the beach, and he pays $600 a month. But basically, he's got to take care of all the improvements. The building, the restaurant, and everything. And it's just a makeshift thing, which I don't blame him, you know, because he's just leasing the land. And in 2020, they had a really bad storm here on Siargao Island. And they just got completely wiped out. All of his buildings, his restaurant, and everything. So he, at 74 years old, I mean, he got wiped out when he was 71. So he rebuilt everything over the course of 3 years. He said himself and 2 other guys. It was kind of an interesting story. He said when he was in his early 20s, he owned one of these old Toyota Land Rovers. And he drove all over Africa. Just all over. Oh, and he drove from South Africa in his car, in his truck, and made it all the way to Germany, I believe. I don't know if you could drive. Well, I guess you can drive all the way through there. But that, of course, was a long time ago. I think he was talking about, well, probably mid-70s. Because he was, yeah, that would have been like 50 years ago. So yeah, we're probably talking mid-70s he did that. Is this Allegra Beach, Cecily? Yeah. Okay, do you see the restaurant? It's got to be somewhere around here, or we just need to ask. She said there's a sign, right? Oh, I know, that's right. It's farther up ahead. It's like a single house on the beach. So it's not in this town area. Well, there's the coconut nut place. We've been there quite a few times. The Bibo Kibo. And this restaurant we're going to is a vegetarian restaurant. And they have smoothie bowls. And every time you buy there's a portion of the proceeds goes to helping feed hungry children. So we'll have that for us. I hope they have good coffee there. Always like good coffee. And all along this road, there are these beautiful plots of land. I don't know if you can see it, but these vacant lots. And some of them are actually for sale. And as Carlos, my old friend, 74-year-old friend, he says a lot of the prices are just like fantasy prices, you know, very sky high. I mean, look at this place, right on the ocean. I don't know how much that would go for. I mean, it's hard to tell. But Carlos felt that Siargao here does have a future. I mean, it may take many, many years, but they do have a couple of very nice resorts here. I think I showed on one of my videos that really nice resort. Trangoons or something like that. It had the, yeah, you sit there and you can eat, yeah. And the infinity pool is right there off of the ocean. You just sit there and the infinity pool is right there in front of you. It's a nice design, really. And you must spend at least 500 pesos per person to go in there. So you can't just go in there, enjoy the view and just have a cup of coffee. You better order some food. Funny thing is they never seem to have enough help in there. As cheap as help is here, they don't have enough help. I'm just curious with this lens and all this brightness, how this video is going to turn out. Usually I like to video in the evenings, but this is just going to be a video just practicing about talking into the camera, really. Talking about trying to get loose in front of the camera, trying to find out something to say, you know? There's another nice view of the ocean. Couple people have told me is that, Brian, you know, riding on a motorcycle like this, holding a selfie stick in one hand and no helmet is just unsafe. But you know, here you really don't need a helmet. I mean, you don't need the helmet. You only need the helmet right before your skull hits the pavement, though. That's the only time you really need it. And there's a nice view behind us. Anyway, I'm glad everybody can come along with us on this ride. I think we're approaching our destination here. I think before, when we tried to search this place, we had a hard time finding it because we were looking in the wrong place. I was looking at that downtown area, but then we looked at it on Google Maps again, and it's like a standalone building, and I don't even think like they have any neighbors right close by. Cecily, I'm going to rely on you to spot the place out, okay? I'll keep an eye on the road. So just let me know when you find it. Wow, I think they're building a pier there or something. It does seem like everybody's always working on something out here, so there are some things going on, you know? But they just got hit so hard by that typhoon in 2020. Almost surprises me that anybody's rebuilding. But this place is known for surfing, so there's a lot of people come here for surfing. Filipinos and Europeans and Americans, I guess. I haven't really heard that many Americans, but certainly the Germans come here. Should be coming up here, huh, Cecily? Is this Burgos? So we are coming up close. I think I'm going to get a smoothie bowl. Is it in there? What's that one? Oh, that's a homestay. Surfers. These motorcycle has a Each motorcycle has a bracket on it for the surfboard. There's another homestay. Some of these homestays you can just stay super cheap. A little bit of mud there. All right. Aventinos. There's a bake shop. The speed bump. Yeah, where is it? Are we still in Burgos? And she said there's a sign there. We're gonna have to ask. I think when I saw on Google it was more standalone house up there at the top. Kitchenette. I think it's going to be up here. I think I wanted to show you guys something about how sometimes the Philippines can be very frustrating. Uh, we were up this road, I don't know, 4 or 5 times trying to find this Colet Bibo restaurant, and it's right on the beach. And our host said, you know, the sign is right there on the road. Well, check this out, you guys. So you're driving along here on the other side of the road, and believe it or not, this is the sign she was talking about. That's it. We were supposed to find this restaurant. There's the restaurant back in there. It's right on the beach, and they have vegan meals and everything like that. So Anyway, I just want to point out, if you guys ever come to the Philippines, you're going to run into stuff like this. I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, you got to love it. But we're going to go in there for a vegan breakfast, I guess. So we'll let you guys know how it turned out.
The other side, right? And I left.
So this is another part of our Sunday. Is part of our motorcycle ride. We stop here once in a while. It's I don't know if it's a park or a privately owned place, but it's a nice place to stop on the beach. And Cecily said she was tired of sitting, so now she's lying down. So yeah, she's got a tub. And oh yeah, you know what? There's a house for sale right across the street. Look at this big house. The roof is still ripped off of it. Well, it has part of the roof on it, but there's a place for sale. Let me see if I can zero it in on you a little bit. And as you can see, the roof is in a little bit rough shape, of course, from that storm. But anyway, we've stopped here before, and there's these little huts here that you can rent out. Well, I don't know when they ever rent them out. They're not renting them today, so we're just sitting here. But this is a little stop off, and I don't know why the lawn is like this, but look how pretty that lawn is. It's really cool. We get really close up. Look at it. I mean, I never see anybody mowing it or anything, but it's kind of cool to look at. And this is a pretty nice beach. We pretty much have the place to ourselves. And what we're going to do is just kind of sit out here for a while. That's the great thing about this trip. I really kind of learned to just stop and slow down and appreciate where I'm at. Instead of always thinking about our next destination, we stop and we'll see this place and that place. And it's a good practice in appreciating the moment, I think. There's a nice breeze blowing off the ocean too. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Walk around out here, get a little bit of exercise too. We're gonna go up to another restaurant. It's it's Pacifico Beach, and they have some pretty good brewed coffee there. That last vegan restaurant, the one we just ate at, Cecily didn't really like it, so she only ate a portion, just a part of her meal. So I'm gonna finish. So I finished her meal for her. So we'll go back to this place, and I'll have some brewed coffee, and she'll get like a tuna sandwich or something. There's some kids over there in the water. See them? They're over there playing. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Let me see that. There they are. There they are. Cool.
Close your